Hello everyone and welcome to .NET Core Central. In today's video, I am going to show you how you can host a static web page or static web application using S3. So the idea here is if you have a single page application or a standard HTML application and you want to host it, S3 is a very good option because it is extremely cheap and it comes out of box with the option of web hosting. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can host this simple HTML page in S3. Now, as you can understand, if you can host an HTML page and expose, similarly, you can host JavaScript and CSS and other file in the same folder. It will work as expected. So I'm going to keep it simple and try to host only index.html. And today I will focus only on S3 and how you can use S3 as the hosting service for your static HTML application. Now this can be a plain old HTML application or it can be any single page application using Angular, React or any other SPA language. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a new bucket, and for the bucket name I'm going to use test static web page, and I'm going to keep everything as is. One thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to uncheck this, in which case I'm going to allow public access. If I allow public access, the files inside of S3 is going to be available over the internet, otherwise it will not be. So I'm going to allow that and I'm going to acknowledge, and after we do that I'm going to go and create the bucket. The bucket name already exists, so I'm going to say .NET Core Central static web page, and I'm going to go ahead and create this bucket. Now once this bucket is created, you can see object can be public. I'm going to go to this bucket and then I'm going to go into properties, and in properties there is an option called static website hosting. I'm going to edit it and I'm going to enable it. Once I enable, I can see that I can host static website, and for the index document I'm going to give index.html, and same for error document. And same thing you will probably use when you do a single page application, because single page application has only single HTML, which is essentially index.html. I'm going to go and save changes. After saving changes, you can see now the S3 itself is providing a URL using which this can be accessed. Now if I click on this, I'm going to get 403 forbidden because there is no file right now available in the bucket. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the file, and here I'm just going to select the index.html file that I have, and then I'm going to upload this file. Now the file is uploaded. Now if I go and try the same thing, I'm still getting error. The reason for that is this file itself is not accessible. So if I go to permission, here I can edit and I can grant everyone read access to this file and then save changes. Now if I go here and execute, I can see hello from S3 static website hosting. This is the file which I use. As you can see, it's the same output as the local file, and as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Now let's do one thing. Let's write a simple JavaScript file and use that file along with this and try to use both of them. So to show that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new JavaScript file and I'm going to provide a function, and the function is just going to do a console.log. So I'll create a function test, and here I'm just going to do console.log, and after that here I'm going to say test JavaScript function call from S3 website, and then I'm going to save it, and here I'm going to name it as test.js. This file is saved now. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to add script tag, and then I'm going to say source is equal to /test.js, and then what I can do is here somewhere I can create another script tag, but this time I can just say test, basically calling this test function from this JS file. Now both these files are saved. What I can do is I can go back to my S3, and here I'm going to re-upload the index.html. So I'm going to open this, and I'm also going to add the test.js. I could have selected both of them together, but it's okay. Then I'm going to upload. Now the upload is complete. I'm just going to go back to the test, go to the permission, and then allow read for everyone for this JavaScript as well. Save changes. And now if I go back here and I refresh this, well, my permission for this one got changed because I uploaded the file. So I'm going to do this. Now if I go back and run, I can see this is showing up. And if I open the developer tool in the console, I can see this test JavaScript function call from S3 website. Don't worry about this favicon.icon. It's because I don't have it. It's not exposed, so it is showing 403. By default, browser tries to load it. So, and if you go into the network, let me refresh, you can see that test.js is getting called and it is having the value that we set up. So this goes to show you how easy it is to upload a static website using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and upload it from S3 and quickly expose it to your client. Now one issue here, as you can see, is every time if we update the content, we have to go and reset the permission. And also, as you can see, if you open it, it is a potential security issue. Now there is a way around it. The way around is to use CloudFront. So you can use CloudFront, and then internally CloudFront can connect to the S3. CloudFront is a CDN, and then we can use CloudFront to get data from S3 and show the content to the user. But for today's video, I just wanted to show how you can use just S3 to host a website, a static website. So that's all you have to do. And as you can see, it's pretty straightforward to do that. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, and if you think you are getting value out of my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching this video.